everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am bringing to you 50 shades of pink for Valentine's Day, or if you just want to be romantic one day and look like a boss ass bitch, you could do that too. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Aysha. I'd love it if you subscribe down below and also hit the little bell notification so you never miss an upload from dear little me. I really just wanted to create a look that was super romantic and girly and pink, just in case you guys wanted to take part in Valentine's Day and want to look festive. Even if you don't have a man, it's all good, guys, okay? You can still dress up for yourself. Show up for yourself, okay? Honestly though, I'll be writing an exam on February 14th, so I mean, I'ma still rock this beat face, okay? So in this video, I'm also working with Vanity Planet to show you guys their 15-piece brush set. I've done a video on this before, but I wanted to just remind you guys that they're awesome brushes. I always get asked what brushes that I always use that like have this wooden handle, and these are the ones. I could not for the life of me find the other 3 brushes, but I promise you when you buy this, it is a 15-piece brush set, and as you can see, these are hella dirty and they've been well loved. So if you are interested in checking these out, I'll have the link down below. I think they're only $30 with my code Aysha Beauty, so definitely check them out if you guys are looking for some inexpensive brushes. They're totally cruelty-free and vegan as well, and it comes in a really awesome carrying case, which I actually use a lot since I travel a lot. It's really convenient just to have a good little case companion. But if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and let me know what other tutorials you guys would like to see from me. But if you would like to see how I created this 50 Shades of Pink sort of look, I don't even know what I'm calling it yet, to be honest, then just keep on watching. So I went ahead and primed and set my eyelids already, so I used the Too Faced Shadow Insurance as a primer, and then I just used my concealer and then dabbed a little banana powder on top of that for this base. Now I'm going into this shade, well, first of all, I'm using the Tartist Pro palette, and I'm going into the shade Bold. Shade right over here, it's a very muted brown. Honestly, not even sure if it's going to show up on my skin tone, but let us see. I must say that these shadows have like so much fallout, like kickback, like, do you see that? It's cray cray. Okay, so that shade was just not doing it for me. I'm gonna instead take Innocent, which is this shade over here. It's kind of like a dusty rose sort of color. Still pretty light, but I just really want a good transition color right now, so I'm really hoping this is gonna give it to me. And feel free to bring out the shades or bring out the colors like down here, because we don't have any face makeup on right now, and I usually just take a makeup wipe and wipe it like sharp and clean, so it doesn't really matter how messy you are at this point. And then on the exact same brush, I'm just gonna be using the very tip of it. I'm going into the shade Maud, which this shade right over here, it's a really gorgeous fuchsia shade. They have a shade similar to this in the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia, but I don't have that. But if you do have that, you can totally recreate this look. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I did a lot of blending, so don't be fooled by the editing. I just want the slightest bit of like warm orangey, a warm orange shade in the, like right above here. I'm taking this shade right over here, it's called Whimsy. I just want to warm it up a little bit right above here. So as you can see, there's just a slight bit of warmth poking out right at the top. I really wanted to stick with just one palette, but I do have to use one Makeup Geek eyeshadow. This one is in Cherry Cola. It's very similar to this shade, but it's much deeper, so I'm taking that on a sort of more tapered brush. This is the 227 by Zoeva. I'm just sort of focusing this color right in this sort of area, so right kind of on the outer V, just to add more dimension. Then you can slowly start bringing that color inwards, but I'm stopping right about here. Just take that blending brush that I used earlier and very lightly blend those 2 colors together. And now for my favorite part, I'm taking Weenie by ColourPop. This is one of their Super Shock eyeshadows, and I'm just going to be using my finger to apply this to the center of my lid, but like I'm not going to go past this sort of area. So just from like here to here, basically. Freaking obsessed with this color. And just to neaten up the edges a bit, I'm going to be taking this Zoeva 234 brush. I'm just going to sort of define this a little more. It's a little hard to get a sharp line with just your finger. And then you can just take any brush and sort of diffuse these two colors together, so there's not like an awkward, harsh line. You can totally leave it like this, but I want to add a little more sparkle and glitter without actually putting glitter on. So this is the ColourPop Shadow in Millionaire, and it is like just the most glitteriest, is that a word? I don't know, I'm just making up words today. It's just such a beautiful glitter shadow. It does have some sort of color on it, but not enough to like take away from Weenie. And I'm just gonna lightly tap that over Weenie. For an inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go back into the Tarteist Pro palette and go into this shade right over here called Glam. And I'm gonna take this on as, not Zoeva, this is the Vanity Planet brushes that I was talking about earlier. This one's my favorite for inner corner highlight just because it's like really easy to get in there. But I'm gonna take that into my inner corner. I'm gonna add a winged liner, and I recently just got the Milani, what is this, the Stay Put Matte Eyeliner. I didn't think I would like this, but I used it for the first time last night and I was shook, like actually shook. It is amazing. So I'm gonna just do a quick wing. Who am I kidding? Wings are never quick, but I'm gonna do a wing liner. Obsessed. I haven't done a wing this long in so long. Now let's see if I can match this bitch up. Can we just take a moment for this wing liner, guys? Just let's take a moment. You guys need this in your life. It's amazing. So I'm gonna take this shade called Classic. I use a bit of that as a base and then go on with Glam, which is the color that I used on my inner corner right over here. And then this brush is also from the Vanity Planet set. I just like how like big it is, like it fits under my brows really nicely. And what I always like to do is go in with my blending brush and just sort of diffuse that color together. If you guys haven't noticed, diffuse is my favorite word when it comes to eyeshadow, at least. For lashes, I'm using the Sephora Collection lashes. These ones are in Fringe, so I'm just gonna pop those on. This may come as a really big surprise to you, but I'm not gonna be using the Too Faced Hangover Primer today. I'm gonna be bougie because I got this for free from Gen Beauty, and might as well use it. This is the Mineral Veil Primer by Hourglass, and honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I do love how it feels on the skin, so I'ma just go in with about 2 pumps of that and watch, guys. This is a scary sight. It literally turns blue on the face. Like, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, it does feel really good, and I just wanted to feel good today, but use any primer you have. Do you see this? This is ridiculous. And to color correct as usual, I'm going in with my Wyson color corrector. I'm gonna use this flat top brush from the Vanity Planet set, and this is my favorite because I just sort of like push in the product, and I find when I use my beauty blender it kind of just soaks up the color corrector, which you don't want happening because you obviously want it to color correct. For foundation, I'm going in with my Ride or Die. This is the Lancome Tintidol in the shade 460 Suede W. I'm just gonna kind of skip over this though because I'm just applying foundation. So I took the Tarte Shape Tape in Deep, and then what I like to do is layer that with the shade Tan. This way I can ensure that the highlight doesn't come out too intense, because if I just put this by itself it would look a little ashy, so the deep shade underneath just helps it blend really nicely with my skin tone. And then a lot of the excess, what I like to do is just highlight my nose, and then also highlight my forehead. I'm gonna set all of that with the banana powder, and we're just gonna let that sit there so I can look a little crazy. While that is sort of baking, I am gonna take the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Deep, just on this fluffy, what is this, a blush brush, the M04, M04, and I'm just gonna lightly tap that on the areas that I didn't bake, just so that when we go in with like bronzer, contour, and highlight, there's no like skipping. I usually like to bronze while my bakeage is happening, just because I don't want to just sit here and stare at myself until the bakeage is done. I just made up the word bakeage, by the way. But anyways, I'm going in with my Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer, my baby. I love this so much. And just a dual fiber brush, and I'm going to bronze up my face. This is exactly why I wear hats when I do makeup tutorials. Like, ain't nobody trying to get this foundation stain on a nice hijab, okay? I am not shy with my bronzer either. And now I am brushing off the bake. A little trick if the areas that you bake look a little ashy afterwards is just to take your normal powder, like any sort of pressed powder that is like your shade, and just sort of tap right on top of it, and it'll get rid of any sort of ashiness, as you can see. I'm gonna go for a nice light contour with the Sleek Contour Kit in the shade Dark, and I'm taking the Vanity Planet contour brush. This is actually my favorite contour brush like ever. It is amazing. I honestly haven't been contouring that much lately. I've been liking just the bronze look, but I just want a little definition, just like that. Also gonna run that down the sides of my nose just slightly, just to define my nose a little more. Let's zoom you guys back in so we can work on finishing the eyes. So the first shade I'm going into is this shade over here called Whimsy, and I'm taking that on this sort of crease brush by Vanity Planet. I love this brush for underneath my eyes. I feel like it's the perfect brush because it's like dense enough but not too dense. And then I'm taking a slightly more defined brush from the same set. I'm gonna go in with Mod, which is the nice magenta color. I'm focusing this a little closer. I'm not bringing it as low as the other one. And on this smudger brush, this is the 226 by Zoeva, I'm going back in with Cherry Cola, and I'm gonna put that just right on my lower lash line, like right where my lashes are. I'm gonna just deepen that up a tad. And actually, just to keep my eyes looking a little more open and big, I'm gonna stop right about halfway, so I'm just gonna put the deeper color right over here. So I'll just kind of like open the eyes and make them appear more doe-eyed. Taking slightly more of that inner corner shade that I used earlier, just Glam from the Tarteist Pro palette, and run that into my inner corner. Taking the Tarte Man-Eater eyeliner, I'm gonna tightline my eyes and also put this in my waterline to really define the eyes, to make it look a little more sexy. And lastly, I'm just putting some mascara on my lower lash line using the Essence Forbidden Volume. I'm gonna be using this NYX Sweet Cheeks blush palette, and I think I'm gonna go into this shade over here, and I'm just using this really big sort of blush brush. Actually, I'm gonna mix the two of these because I think they're really pretty. And this brush is also from the Vanity Planet set, if you were wondering. I'm actually gonna go in with this Milani highlighter. It's one of their new ones, and it's in the shade Strobe Light 03 Sun Glow. This is my first time using this Milani highlighter, and I actually really like it. And as always, what I like to do is go over my highlighted areas with a beauty blender and just sort of like melt it in with my skin. Before I move on to the lips, I want to just set my face. So I'm going to be using this Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is from their new line, so I'm going to see how this works. And I am generous with my spray, honey. Okay, so I really like that spray. I didn't like it the first time I used it because I thought the spray nozzle was like too strong, but I find if you do a lot like faster sprays and then a lot further from your face, it works a lot better that way. Now for the lips, I have two different options that you can do. So I tried this one out last night. This is the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade Stunning and Loved. These two together look really, really beautiful with this look, but I personally just feel like these are a little too drying for my lips right now. My lips are like hella chapped. So I'm gonna go instead with the new Makeup Forever liquid lipsticks. These are actually called their Artist Liquid Matte lipsticks, and I have the shade 105 and 109. I'm gonna first line my lips with the NYX Nutmeg lip liner, and then I'm gonna go in with 109 first and then 105 in the center. It took everything inside of me not to put a gloss over this color, but we need things to be transfer proof for Valentine's Day, if you know what I mean. But these are totally transfer proof. Like literally, you will not be able to see anything, which is amazing. Like I haven't had a liquid lipstick that was fully transfer proof in a really long time, that isn't drying, that doesn't even feel like I'm wearing a liquid lipstick. Like literally, these are thebomb.com. So make sure to check them out if they're out already. I don't know if they are, but if they are, they'll be linked down below. But thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you are planning on trying out this look, then let me know in the comments down below. If you really enjoyed this video, then give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do that on your way out. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.